Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This was an amazing experience flying in Moriarty, New Mexico, where gliders ascend to astonishing altitudes. The view from the cockpit is spectacular, where you have flying year-round in the beautiful New Mexico high desert. Sundance Aviation is a commercial operation for glider flying, and you can get tows all year long. A tow costs you about 60 bucks. And Moriarty is famous worldwide. People from all over the world come here to fly gliders. The low humidity feels good to the soul, and this is the glider we'll be flying today. It's a two-seater Duo Discus. The Duo is a high-performance two-seater glider primarily designed for fast cross-country flying, including gliding competitions. The wingspan is about 65 feet and maximum gross weight is about 1,500 pounds. The glide ratio is around 45:1. The airport is located on the famous Route 66, and when you're flying at these altitudes above 12,000, you need oxygen, supplemental oxygen. And here we are using these oxygen tanks to fill up our tank. When you have the glider all set up, you can tie it down, not a problem. But you can see how popular Moriarty is. There are glider trailers everywhere across this airport, and this was just one stretch of them. Amazing. And another cool thing is visiting the Southwest Soaring Museum. The museum focuses on the gliding history in the western United States. It's also a member of the Soaring Society of America. The museum has the following aims: preserving and presenting history and the legacy of soaring. Founding President George Appleby and a 10-person volunteer board of directors spent over 10 years assembling this collection of more than 50 gliders. And this is a replica of one of the Wright brothers gliders. Absolutely beautiful. So if you're in Moriarty, be sure to stop by the Southwest Soaring Museum. It's a real treat. Here's the actual flight as shown on OLC. We started at Moriarty and began going north, but soon turned around and headed south down to Carrizozo, if I'm pronouncing it right. From there we turned northeast up to Santa Rosa. From Santa Rosa we headed northwest to Santa Fe. From Santa Fe we headed south again back to the airport. The total scoring distance was 366 miles. Total flight time was 4.5 hours, which gave us an average ground speed of about 80 miles per hour. On the graph we flew between 13,000 feet and 17,000 feet almost the entire flight. So most of our flight was between 7,000 and 10,000 feet above the ground. And on my flight day, look at these beautiful cumulus clouds. These were already probably 5,000 to 6,000 feet above the ground at 11 o'clock in the morning. And this is the information I'll be displaying in real time. I used a built-in GPS data logger and added it to this video to show you the real-time flight information. On the bottom left-hand corner is ground speed, not airspeed, so don't get that confused. GPS can only calculate ground speed. Top left is the flight time, and if you see that triangle right there, that is to scale. And if you look at that red dot, that's our current location during the flight. At top center is our compass heading. On the right-hand side is our rate of climb indicator, is measured in feet per minute. And on the bottom right-hand corner, that's our altimeter. So let's get ready for the flight, and here we go.
We got off the ground a lot quicker today than we usually do because we don't have water.
The city had the water turned off, so we couldn't add water before our flight that day.
You have to be good out here.
We found a thermal at about 1,500 feet from the ground, and that's when we started our flight.
Now these thermals out here are really small, so you have to, especially down low. Dust devil out there.
Right, still working our way up, getting close to 9,000 feet, which is about 3,000 feet above the ground. This was a fantastic flying experience, and if you ever get the opportunity to do it, try it. You'll love it.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Okay, at this time we're above 14,000 feet, setting up for cruise.
A few days ago.
All right, we're headed this time to Cerro, and look at those clouds. They're still higher than we are at 14,000 feet. Amazing. When we got to altitude 14, 15, 16, 17,000, the temperature outside was a nice cool 26 degrees.
Santa Fe is 25 miles. That's not terrible.
So if you're flying up front, you definitely want to wear some heavy socks, maybe some sweatpants to keep warm. All right, we're going to continue to work this thermal up to about 17,000. And you can look at those clouds, they're still way up above us. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
That's it. That's the real deal. Yeah.
Right, we've made our first checkpoint. Now we're turning northeast to Santa Rosa. And what a great learning experience. I mean, some of the things you may think are simple, but it took me a while to figure out. You know, cloud reading is probably the biggest one. Another one is just observing what's around you, constantly looking out that window.
Below the cloud base.
One of the things for me was, when you're entering a thermal, especially if you're flying fast or near maneuvering speed, you just don't want to turn into the thermal. You want to pull up and turn into the thermal. That was a cool thing to learn. At least for me it was.
Yeah, I think I'll take that one if you get it. Yeah, I'm searching for it still. Wasn't quite it, but there it is right there. That's what I was looking for.
All right, we've made it to our second checkpoint, Santa Rosa. We got a really strong thermal here. We're going to work up to altitude. So far our flight time has been about 2.6 hours at this moment.
There again, it doesn't seem like it. No. Centered it up pretty quick. But
another technique that I learned is thinking about when you exit the thermal. If it's wide enough, you may want to just S-turn through it as you work your way out of the thermal to your next checkpoint.
This cloud is basically formed above us. There was a little bit of something there, but not like this. So I got to adjust to the east-northeast a little bit.
We're climbing through 16,000, and this was a really nice thermal between 6 to 10 knots.
Had to do a quick adjustment. 7.4.
Well, we certainly filled our gas tank up full this time. Really a great thermal. Just amazing. Look at those clouds. They're still up there.
Okay, you can see the course line. We're straight on course. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing that way on those clouds, and then we'll have to go cloud to cloud for a while. Okay. 12,200 feet above the ground. What is it? 12,200 feet above the ground. I really do like that. Now basically, you see how these clouds are lined up going that direction? Right? And that's what we're going to work. We're going to hit all those clouds in one way or another.
All right, we're about halfway to Santa Fe. Just an amazing experience here. 15,000. Just cruising along here at a nice clip. And another thing you got to do is look before you turn. If there's another glider right out there, bam, just like that. So do that. Look before you turn. And I'm not perfect at it myself, but I'm trying my best to keep doing that.
Or at least an S-turn.
All right, if you notice on that triangle, that red dot, we just passed Santa Fe, headed south back to Moriarty. All right, this time we're on final glide back to Moriarty.
I don't think I could count that high. Well, as I understand it, a company came in and they were building a high altitude drone. Oh, what? A drone. And then Google got wind of it, so Google bought them out and then built that really big building. Okay. Grass.
Now we fly from Dallas, Texas, so something like this is just an amazing experience. And the dry air just feels so good to the soul. Oh man, I loved it. At this time we're setting up for our landing approach to Moriarty.
Tango X-ray left downwind 26 Moriarty.
The elevation at Moriarty is about 6,200 feet above sea level. this point we've retracted the spoiler some because we need to work our way down the runway to get closer to our parking area, and that ground effect feels so good. What a nice rollout, and even turned off the runway very close to where we need to park. A perfect spot landing. Keep those wings level, stop. That's all you got to do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to look up all my other videos about flying. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the air next time. Bye-bye.